Hey class, speech number 3. Well, it's like to start off with introducing my audience. We have Matt here, Rock, D, Luker, and Zweifel. As it stands, the United States is one of the most powerful countries in the world, and we're standing on a glass foundation. The strength that we're holding on to is seated in our political ties, in our military, and in the technological supremacy that we have over most other countries. However, we ignore one of the fundamental pieces that make us a strong nation, or that holds a nation to be strong, in the economy. We always talk about wanting to change something and wanting to do something better with it, but we never actually do anything to take in action, making the economy better. As it stands, our current national debt is $22 trillion and growing. And as a citizen that's traveled to other countries that are not doing as well, I can say we don't want to get to that point. I want to start with the problem that we face. The problem is no one's willing to take less for themselves, even if it means helping someone else. We see this self-absorbed attitude every day when it comes to something like someone trying to get off the freeway and no one will let them over, or when someone steals anything at all. And most evidently, when companies file for bankruptcy, yet the CEO walks away with billions in bonuses, and the people that help make those bonuses possible are worried about keeping a roof over their heads. We have to set our differences aside and postpone our personal agendas and work toward rebuilding our nation. We're losing our country to shareholders. As we speak, the national debt grows at $5 billion a day, as shown on this chart. The net worth of the United States is estimated at $123 trillion with a debt of $22 trillion. That's 18% of America. That's as if someone cut off one of our coastlines. About 6% of the national debt is held by foreign countries like China, and then with Japan, Ireland, the Cayman Islands, and Brazil following closely behind, according to experts at Investopedia. Surprisingly enough, in an article written by Balance.com, it is said that in December 2018, intergovernmental holdings totaled $5.9 trillion, meaning that 27% of our debt is from ourselves. We're taking more than we need from ourselves, and it's hurting ourselves. Seeing that we've addressed the problem, you may be wondering, what's the solution? The solution is to push for progressive ideas that help the economy recover and pushing them through fruition. Getting more jobs back into the United States, taxing tech companies and giving the dividends back to the people, and stopping the corrupt companies from draining our economy. If we make it harder for companies that are outsourcing the jobs to continue outsourcing those jobs, and make it easier for the people that are staying here and making companies here, it brings more jobs to the United States, as well as making it more profitable for those companies outside to sell to America, instead of, as it is now, in companies outside of the United States profiting off of us and driving us further into debt. Another solution would be just like Alaska did in taxing the oil companies, by taxing the new tech companies that are growing. And this won't hurt the industry, but at the same time it'll get money back into the hands of the American people. If we take everyone that's of the age 18 and older and give them a dividend from this tax, it'll be putting more money in the hands of the consumer, while at the same time making a surge of buyers, which will actually feed the tech companies that are being hurt by this tax. It was found that the Alaskan Permanent Fund dividend had no effect on employment, and increase part-time work by 17%. A lot of people were worried that if you're giving away money, no one's going to work. Where on the contrary, it's actually giving people more of an opportunity to be stable, which makes it easier for them to work. In modern times, the national debt was at its lowest point during the Industrial Revolution, when jobs were plentiful. We need to get back to a time like this. The opposition may say if we squeeze the money out of big business, they'll leave. And I say we let them. If companies are willing to keep squeezing the American people and causing that deficit, we don't need them. Let them go over somewhere else, and we'll tax them when they try to bring their products back in. Now, imagine what it would be like if this plan came to action. There would be more factories and opening in cities and creating jobs, as well as unemployment going down. As unemployment goes down, there's less homeless on the street and less people living under the poverty line, which makes our nation as a whole a happier place to be. Imagine being able to get out of high school or college and having a single job that can actually sustain you and you can live comfortably. If we make changes like this, if we don't make changes, we're driving down a road towards economic failure. We've already seen small collapses, whether it's in the housing market or on the Wall Street, that have shown what it's like when things are going wrong and they cause riots. Just imagine that on a global scale. The United States seeds more money into the world than you may be thinking. As I come to a close, I want to say, focus on what's happening in our country on a larger scale and stop blindly following what's trending on social media. Look at the big picture. If you're interested in more information on ideas like these, you can go to www.yang2020.com to hear a politician with similar views. I want you to put the buying power back into your own hands. I want you to own your country. Start choosing competent leaders that will actually work for you. Vote. Listen to politics. Look at things that are going on the day-to-day. You can make a difference. With tensions high on the international theater, on the brink of World War III, you don't want to be the country that is in debt and has all their resources outsourced in other countries. Thank you.